Yo, what's going on, everybody? You've seen the thumbnail, you've read the title, and today I want to talk about how Call of Duty players do not understand the concept of counterplay in Call of Duty. And yeah, with that being said, I don't think there's much more of an intro. Let's get into the video, guys. Alright, so this video idea stems from me playing a game of Cold War, actually just really recently, and where a lot of the enemy team was complaining that I was quote-unquote camping, and, you know, I was playing a lot more slow. I was holding down the buildings on hijack and stuff like that with the new LMG, because that's what it is inherently very, very good at. But what they failed to realize is that the entire enemy team was using SMGs, or they were using a sniper and refusing to hold their sights for more than a few seconds. But the majority of the team was using SMGs and was complaining that I was camping, but nonetheless they continued to run into my scopes, they continued to run into my line of sight, they never actually almost challenged me up close whatsoever. They did absolutely nothing to prevent me from essentially just looking into their spawn and gunning them all down one by one by one. And they still complained about it. They couldn't understand the concept that everything that you do in Call of Duty has a counter to it. Honestly, if you think that there is something that does not have a counter in the comment section, leave it down below and I will literally tell you a way, even if it's the most scummy and annoying way to play the game ever. There is a way to counter every single playstyle. People will complain about everything unless you are doing the exact same identical thing as them, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. For example, I guess we will go into LMGs. So LMGs, let's say somebody's holding down a building with an LMG and they're holding the same line of sight or a predictable line of sight, because it is Call of Duty. There's only a couple ways that you can peek one building. There's this thing called a sniper rifle. And you know what an LMG cannot beat? A sniper rifle, because you get one-shotted by a sniper rifle. Other option is, hey, if they're pre-aiming, because in Cold War, the C5, the MG82, whatever the hell this thing is called, literally outguns SMGs at times up close. It can outgun a shotgun, though, so if you get really up close and personal with them and you one-shot them with a Howler, what are they going to do about it? Nothing. If you hard scope where you think they are going to peek with a sniper rifle, what are they going to do about it? Nothing. They're going to get one-shotted in the face. People don't seem to understand this. If you play like that, you can counter it. If somebody is sweating their balls off with an SMG, they're jump shotting, drop shotting, everything like that, yeah, maybe they're beating you in every single 50-50 if you are playing that way. Slow it down, go to an assault rifle. Literally, I could do this for days. You want somebody using an assault rifle, for an example. Someone's holding angles with an assault rifle. LMG, sniper rifle, beats it. Somebody is using a sniper rifle and holding lines of sight. Do not go into their line of sight. Every single Call of Duty map has hidden flank routes and stuff like that that you can use to your advantage. To flank behind them with an SMG or a shotgun, get up in their face, throw them off. That's what you can do. You can do so many different things to counterplay people. If they're using a sniper rifle and they're quick scoping you, for example, play scummy and camp with a shotgun. That's an option. It's annoying, yes, but it works. Or you can switch to, say, an SMG and start jump shotting a lot. Maybe drop shot. Do things to try and throw off their aim as much as possible. Yes, if they're really good, they are going to hit you with that bullet, and that's where you just be like, hey, you know what, I'm going to sit in weird random spots, I'm going to play really obscure, maybe I'm going to pre-aim with an LMG because they do high damage, and in that case, you know, they also deal high amounts of flinch. Kill them before they can even ADS. Right, there's a million different things, and there's a million and one different play styles that I could talk about and how to counter them. Again, if you have like, oh, well, how would you counterplay this Arctic, huh? I guarantee you I could find something that you could do against it. But this is what really separates good players from average players. You see, in my opinion, good players, they know how to deal with what their enemy is doing. They adapt to what their enemy is doing. Instead of resorting to complaining about it and, you know, being like, ah, this player's playing like that, they're so trash, or they're such a tryhard, or whatever you want to say, instead of resorting to that, they realize, oh, I can do something about this. And even nowadays, with the addition that came in Modern Warfare to allow us to alter your class mid-game, now more than ever do you have everything in the game pretty much at your disposal to deal with what your enemy is doing. You have everything in the game at your disposal. If you have all AR classes and ARs are not working for you that game, switch one of your classes over to an SMG. It's going to take you maybe, I don't know, 30-45 seconds to design a class up really quick, and you can deal with that play style. You can do so many different things, and that's why I think the addition actually came in the first place, was to allow for players to be like, ah, damn, they're, playing this way, and of course I don't have a sniper rifle class. Well, guess what? Make one mid-game now. You can do that. I'm pretty sure that is the reason why Infinity Ward implemented that in the first place, was to just get rid of that whole thing of, damn, I don't have a way to counter this playstyle. Well, now you do. If, oh well, you don't have a class setup for it, make one. Get rid of one of your classes and make a way to counter it. Not to mention, we now have, I have 12 classes at least on Cold War. I'm pretty sure everybody has 12 class setups by default now. So there's pretty much no excuse to not have a way to deal with what an enemy is doing. At the end of the day, does this mean I'm defending Call of Duty? No, I'm just saying Call of Duty players sometimes need to learn that, hey, you don't need to complain about everything. There is things you can do about how the enemy is playing. There is almost always something you can do as long as you take a step back and realize, okay, what is the enemy doing? What can I do against this? If you don't let rage get the best of you and you sit back and say, what can I do to better myself? What can I do to improve against what they are doing and play better in this match? You'll be a 5 times better player. And I am not all high and mighty, and I do not do this every time. I am full guilty of letting rage and emotions get the best of me and not taking that time to just step back and think, okay, what is my enemy doing? How can I deal with this? I do this so often, I will get caught up in rage very, very often, but if you can try to think about what the enemy is doing and change up how you're playing, you will have 5 times better games. You'll probably be a 5 times better player in the long run. And yeah, one bonus tip to anybody who made it to the end of the video: be unpredictable. Don't push the same lane over and over and over again. And that's also should go without saying, so I don't know why I didn't mention it until now. But with that being said, hope you enjoyed this longer video. If you did, drop a like, sub to the channel, turn on those post notifications. And with that being said, if you didn't like it, feel free to leave a dislike and tell me why. And with that being said, have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye.